was one lady that her husband was a PhD physicist. He carried on working just so she could have insurance to afford the medications, which were around $100,000 a year for her to get treated for rheumatoid arthritis. And she came down it's a little over 3 years ago, November, and she hasn't been on any medication since. She actually started walking around the mall when she was in Panama. And then when she got home, she's completely, pain-free, and she's been pain-free for 3 years. And her husband finally retired because he didn't care about, having the insurance to pay for these very expensive drugs that she was taking. So MS, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus. We don't have a lupus protocol. There's a group in China that's published 6 really good papers on lupus. It's very, very effective in their trials. We haven't done it yet. And then autism, it's not considered an autoimmune disease, but we have a trial. We just completed our autism trial with 33 enrollees with very good results. Many of those kids became non-autistic after treatment.
So that's confusing to me because you're talking about people that are young, right? So why would it have such a benefit for them?
Well, I wrote an article in 2007 about why these cells should be good for autism, and basically, it's the most downloaded article this journal's ever had. I mean, something like 75,000 people have downloaded a scientific journal article, which really doesn't happen very often. But people with autism have inflammatory things going on in their body. A lot of times in the gut. There are at the end of the small intestine, there are these inflammatory nodules that look a lot like Crohn's disease, and they secrete this inflammation that then goes to the brain, inflames the white matter of the brain. The white matter of the brain swells, decreases the blood flow to the brain. All that's intertwined. And then just a few years ago, there was a study that came out, and this is what allowed us to go forward with our clinical trial. They found that there are these 2 inflammatory molecules that are MDC and TARC, and they perfectly correlate with the severity of symptoms of autism. And so we measured not only those 2, but another 30-some biomarkers. We did quantitative EEGs. We did a lot of standardized scoring with a neurologist that read them, before treatment, during treatment, after treatment. So I believe a lot of the problems with autism stem from the inflammatory status, and these cells are definitely anti-inflammatory.